Hola. I hope everyone is having a great day as usual. I hope you had a great weekend, past weekend, and maybe you have plans for a great future weekend. And I hope you're having a good week so far. Um, so, living here in Texas, we usually hit our temperatures in the 90s, like June, mid June. Well, Mother Nature has been messing with Texas, and no one messes with Texas. Well, no human, but Mother Nature does and will. And one day we'll be in the 60s, and the next day you're just laying out by the pool because it's in the 90s. Yes, welcome to Texas. Actually, the weather is like life, so unpredictable. One day you're as happy about life, and the next you're wondering what the hell just happened. We are living in a time where everything can change: jobs, marriage, children, parents, life, death, and also the weather. So, do you have a prized possession? I think finding a prized possession in your life is so important. And most people might say family. At least I'd hope a lot of people would say their prize possession would be their family. But there is another prize possession that we all, not all, but the majority, I'm sure, of the population have. Think of something that you have, you use, you don't leave home without it every single day. Thinking? Did you come up with it? If not, I'll tell you. It's our cell phones. Who would have ever thought 20 or 30 years ago, say, that we would have this little computer in our hands and we can do anything, just about anything on this thing? And some people say, oh, I'm not on it that much. And I'm guilty of saying that. Literally, you rarely see a woman or a girl, and sometimes men, but especially women, in a store, in a photo on social media, in church, a restaurant, etc., without this lifeline in his or her hand. That lifeline being our cell phones. I actually hate seeing moms at the store with their little ones and they are all on their phone and chatting, and the child's in the cart. Now, remember, these are my opinions, folks. My pet peeve is one, and that is the cell phones and moms. Or if the mom's not on the phone, then they give their child their phone so that they can just be quiet and watching something. Now, being at a store with a small child can be crazy, but this is actually a time to show your child the proper etiquette, how to behave in a store, and actually it can be a bonding time. Talking to your kids in the store about certain things. Hey, look at this. What do you think about this? It's a time that is honestly precious time. And it can be, I know, well, my kid just runs throughout the store. Well, that's because they don't know how to behave in a store, because moms or dads just haven't taken that time to just say, hey, we're going to go in the store. We're going to be in there. I'm not saying go to the store for 2 hours and do that. That's horrible. You start them off small so the kids are comfortable in the store without always a cell phone in hand. So that's one of my pet peeves. My other pet peeves with the cell phones are when you're in a restaurant or any place and someone has it on speaker. I'm sorry, I don't want to hear about your Aunt Matilda and her bunions. I don't want to hear about how Freddie broke your heart, but he's back in your life and you're thinking about marrying him. I don't want to hear that. That's your business. But people don't need to have it on speaker. And if you're on the Bluetooth, great, because people just think you're crazy and talking to yourself. Or they keep going, excuse me, because they think you're talking to them. Actually, you don't need to be on the phone in the store or any public place. But again, this is my opinion. The other thing I find funny is that back to the grocery store with kids or whatever. I hated going to the store with my kids because it was crazy. It was chaotic. It was nuts. And I remember thinking, oh, I hate this. And that was one advice I always give to new moms. Don't go shopping with the kids. Get daddy to take care of them or your mom or someone. But I did it. The kids both came out fine. They are not in therapy, to my knowledge, and they're fine. I am not going to lie. If we'd had cell phones 30 years ago, both my kids would have been holding a cell phone before they were holding a bottle. I'm just kidding. I just wish that people could find the simplicity of life that it's lacking. I mean, we rely on our cell phones for so much. Now they are, a necessity now. Now they are. But I want to share this story. I have a very close friend who I like to consider my adopted daughter. She has two wonderful girls, one who is a teenager, 7th, 8th grade, and the other in 4th grade. Well, my friend is a teacher, and she and her husband are raising these girls very responsible and respectful, um, which a lot of parents are doing. And that's great, but you got to stick to it. So I'm chatting with the teenager, and she was saving for a new iPhone. And she had another phone, but it wasn't an iPhone. And she said at her school that people would make fun of you and blackball you if you didn't have the newest iPhone. That's nuts. Our cell phones teach us that we can be judged not only for who we are, the way we speak, the color of our skin, where we come from, but also the type of cell phone we have. I believe that many lives have changed due to cell phones. Marriages have been broken. Trust with some couples. Unfortunately, how many times have you been to a restaurant and seen the woman go to the restroom or the guy go to the restroom and the other significant that's in the booth hurry up and picks their phone and starts scrolling? Okay, folks, we've seen it all. This is crazy. We shouldn't have that, but we do. And it's here to stay, I'm sure. And also, you see families out in public and everyone's on their phone. No one's communicating. Communication is so valuable in life, especially with children. It's that's just the way it is. Now, here's my story. And the story is um I have a friend of a friend who has a friend, and his name is Jack. The names have been changed to protect the innocent. But Jack is out of town, and Jack is on a business meeting. Jack has two cell phones. One is his personal phone, the other is his business phone. So he's having a casual morning breakfast meeting out, how they will have open areas in nice hotels. And so he's eating breakfast, they've got their laptops and they're eating, and chatting. And all of a sudden, guy comes up and grabs both of his cell phones. Didn't grab the laptop that's probably worth more than the cell phones, but grabs both the cell phones. Grabs the cell phones, looks at his personal phone, and it's cracked. He just says, I'm not worried about it. It's a cracked cell phone. The robber, the guy who gets the cell phone, looks at it and literally drops it on the floor and doesn't want it. So even robbers are judgy as to the type of phone, even with a cracked screen, that they tried to steal. Everything panned out. There was a little confrontation, and the police came. And Jack got his phone back. The guy's in jail. But it's a cell phone, people. And I, for one, panic if I get in the car and going somewhere like, oh my God, I forgot my cell phone. Wait, I got to go back. And it's crazy, but that's the point in my life. I am just as guilty as anyone. And I am thankful that I have it now at my age. I'm in my 60s. I don't think I've ever revealed that. But if you look at my picture, you'll see that I'm in my 60s. That in my 60s, I have to have my cell phone with me, my lifeline. I believe our life values have changed, totally changed, due to a simple yet wonderful gadget we call a cell phone. So I have a little challenge for you. And no, you don't have to do it, of course not. But it's something to think about. See if you can put your cell phone in another room for an hour and not go and look at it. Don't panic. And if you have a watch that connects to it, take it off unless you're really counting the steps. Turn it off. Okay, 30 minutes. An hour may be way too much for some of you, and you may get in panic mode. Try 30 minutes. See all that you can do. See if you can connect with your family. See if you can connect with someone at work, a neighbor. And see, just by not having that cell phone there, 30 minutes, then try 40, then try an hour. If you could relieve yourself for 1 hour a day of that cell phone, you could probably accomplish world peace. Well, okay, that may be a little bit much, but who knows? Anyway, these are my opinions on the cell phone, friend or foe. I hope you have a great week. And until later, this is Henrie. Ta-ta for now. Oh, yes. And go find your blessings and not your cell phones.